Alright, I want to try to go over this Galactic challenge. I say try because it did take me several attempts. Eventually I got it, but this wasn't a very easy one and done. So I'm hoping I can show you what happened, but we'll see. At the very least, I can at least talk about it. So, as we saw, this is Inquisitorius, which is us, versus Sith Empire. So we had two global modifiers. Basically, they work together. One is volatile energies. At the start of battle, all units, excluding summoned allies, gain the Super Laser Blast ability, which starts at 0% energy. And then Super Laser Blast is when a unit with this ability starts their turn, this ability gains 5% energy. Units with this ability deal increased damage equal to the amount of energy present. If this ability is fully energized at the start of a unit's turn, they may activate it to expend all energy and destroy target enemy, which can't be evaded. Units defeated by this ability also can't be revived. Now, on top of that, so that's something both sides get, which I think it's only one fully charged use per side, because there's been times where I'd have it at 90%, then the enemy would go and use it, and then it would be down to 15% for me, and I was like, this must be refreshed now because they used it. So anyways, fortunately for you, a lot of times you're the one that gets it anyways, so you don't really have to worry about that. It's just sometimes, once in a while, this will happen to you. Anyhow, Dark Pursuit was our bonus, which is if the allied leader is Inquisitorius, which I don't see why it wouldn't be. That's the whole point of what your team is supposed to be. So that'd be stupid if you're like, oh, I'm going to use something else. Well, I suppose actually that's if you're using a different team to try to do some of the other feats. So never mind. But anyways, whenever they use an ability during their turn, they inflict a stack of Purge, max 6, on the target enemy. Whenever Purge expires from an enemy, they gain a stack of Fatigue, max 20, which can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted. Whenever an ally defeats an enemy, all enemies are inflicted with 5 stacks of Fatigue. At 20 stacks of Fatigue, Inquisitorius allies gain Coup de Grace, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. So I guess they get Eminem's newest CD. Fatigue, minus 2 speed and minus 2% tenacity. Coup de Grace. On the next special attack, deal true damage equal to 100% of the target's max health and dispel Coup de Grace from all Inquisitorius allies and dispel Fatigue from all enemies. I don't personally know if I ever got this, but that sounds pretty awesome. You do a special attack and it deals true damage equal to 100% of the target's max health. So I don't know if that would count protection, you know what I mean? If they had protection, then you do the max health, but it's got to eat through protection first. But it does say true damage, so true damage means it goes straight to health, right? Which means you should be killing an enemy instantly. So I don't know if I've ever had that happen. I didn't notice, but if so, that's kind of cool. Anyways, and then they have Grim Machinations. We've seen this multiple times before. Whenever a Sith ally is defeated, all Sith allies gain 50% max health and offense, stacking until the end of the battle, gain 50% turn meter, and recover 50% health. I didn't realize all the other stuff was happening because I didn't read this before, but I did notice the 50% health. I'd have a lot of them almost dead, and then I'd kill one of them, and boom, now they're all healthy, and I'd be like, come on. Anyhow, whenever a Sith ally defeats an enemy, they gain Dark Ascension, stacking which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Dark Ascension. Damage received decreased by 15% and damage dealt increased by 30%. So that's a little annoying. Anyways, whoops, we got to get into the feats. Forgot about that. The feats were complete the battle with a full team of Inquisitors, complete the battle in general, complete without losing a unit, and complete the battle with no tanks in your squad. From what I hear, this is doable with one full Inquisitor team, but I didn't have that kind of luck. So I used 3 teams to do this. So the first team was Inquisitors. I used Reva lead. Obviously, she's a tank, so this isn't going to work for the purposes of trying to get that feat met, but I used her as my lead. Put him in there because I feel like he's a decent character. And then I have her for a tank, her for heals, and then I didn't really know who to pick from here. These last 3 stragglers are kind of all on the same playing field, but I like him the best, but I feel like I oddly enough had the best success with her. So this is the team that I use. Reva actually is a little bit stronger since I used her too, because when I last used her, she was only Relic 2, so now she's Relic 4. So my results might be a little better now, just because she's slightly stronger. Now another thing I noticed. What you got to do is they both taunt right out the gate. You got to go after him first. It defaults for you to go after Malgus, but if you go after Malgus first, then you'll end up purging his taunt, and then you're stuck with this doofus. And you want to be able to do the insta-kill on Malgus, not on this one. So, Sith Empire Trooper, whatever his name is. So yeah, obviously now, oh good, we can go back to him, so that's perfect. He's taunting again, so just keep going at him. And then for the most part, after you get Malgus out of here, it's kind of easy. Because then you just got a bunch of normal characters, you know what I mean? Nobody too over the top. Yeah, they still get decent hits in. I mean, you got Darth Revan, like, he's no joke, but still. Come on. There we go. Got it. Boom. Now you're dead. Now we can just focus on them. Uh-oh. They killed Reva on me. We might still be able to pull through. I still do have decent characters. I mean, okay. I was going to say, it's just my experience from doing this before, though, is whenever you lose one, for some reason, my side just falls. I don't understand why, but that just seems how it went. As soon as I lost one, they all were just like, okay, I'm dead. Not like, see? They just turned the tide, and there it is. So, anyways, like I said, of course, RNG is extremely uncooperative. So that's what I did a few times. Eventually it worked for me. You just got to go after the tank first. That way then when you get that like Annihilate type move ready, you can use it on Malgus. I'm not going to keep doing this because, you know, every time I record, RNG is such a cock and it's just never going to happen. But anyways, I did that team for Inquisitors and complete the battle. As far as complete the battle without losing a unit, it was my Hut Cartel. I'm not going to show any more footage. It's pointless. Just, you know, you just have to know that it works. Where the F is the H? I can never find anything. So this would be the exact team that I used. Basically, all you got to do is same strategy. Try to focus on going after the Sith Empire Trooper. And then what actually ends up happening is, because they're throwing a lot of thermal detonators, a lot of the other characters fall due to the thermal detonators. There was times where everybody but Malgus would die because of thermal detonators, and then a couple turns later, I had either the global modifier ready to take him out, or I had Jabba's ultimate. So it was actually pretty easy doing this with Hut Cartel to do it without losing a unit. Because I always lost a unit with my Inquisitors. And then as far as doing it with no tanks, I just did it with my Galactic. Oh, no, not Galactic Republic. Well, it was Galactic Republic, but it wasn't. I chose attackers, and then I went with this. I chose him. I think Ahsoka's in here. Yep. And then I just did you and you. This did not go very well for me. I did end up losing quite a few of them. I think I lost 3 of them, and then just barely pulled through. I think it was like I think it was Master Kenobi and General Skywalker versus Malgus, and we were able to just barely win. But since they're all attackers, we got that win for no tanks. I tried, and I don't know why. I think this failed only because I kind of did the strategy wrong. But I tried to do... Where the heck are Rebels? I tried to do this team in place of the Hut Cartel team, and it didn't work. They destroyed me, and I was like, are you effing serious right now? Like, it's kind of a little bit annoying when, like, a semi-average team, I know Malgus is like a demi-GL, but still, when they just run through a GL squad, like one of the better GLs in the game too, like nobody's business. But I think what happened is I did a lot of misplays. I thought I was being strategic, which I suck at strategy, so I should have known better. But yeah, I think we probably could have won. It was just missteps on my part. I didn't bother trying again because, like, all right, I'm not trying to dick around and do this all day. You know, it already took me an hour just to get through on the Inquisitors. Never mind screwing around with this other stuff. But yeah, this didn't work for me, but I'm sure it could. You just have to make the right choices. So yeah, after dicking around, multiple attempts, multiple tries, doing all that crap, clearly I eventually pulled through. I mean, doing the complete the battle without losing a unit and with no tanks was pretty easy. It was just the Inquisitors part that was hard. And I think Bit Dynasty, I didn't watch his video because I wanted to try to do this without watching. I feel like it's cheating when I watch his video because that's typically what I do is just go watch his video. I'm like, screw this, I ain't trying to strategize. But I wanted to figure it out on my own this time. I was like, no, I'm not going to watch it. All I know is I saw his thumbnail and it had Grand Inquisitor on the thumbnail, and it said, you know, all feats, one battle or something. And I don't know how. I mean, clearly he must have did it with Grand Inquisitor and such, because, you know, says no tanks and all this, and I don't know. I don't really know what you could even use. I mean, the Inquisitors, he must be an attacker or something. Yeah, attacker leader. I mean, she's a healer, I guess, right? He must be an attacker or something like that. Support? Yeah, he's a support. Then you have this one. She's a attacker. Okay. And then you have, whoops, she's a tank. I didn't mean to choose you. I meant this one. And then you, that's an attacker. Yeah, so I guess this is what he used. This must have worked for him. I don't see how. I feel like there's too many crappy characters here. Like 8th Brother and 5th Brother. They're okay, but I wouldn't really want them together in the same team as, like, you know, as like a lineup like this. I don't feel like they're going to pull through. 7th Sister sucks too. The only thing good about her is the heal. And 2nd Sister, I barely ever use her, so I don't feel like this is a solid lineup. But this is what he must have used, and the strategy must have been there. I also don't know what his relic status is. Mine are all 7, so I mean, they're pretty beefy, but maybe he's got his at 9 or something. I don't know. But anyways, I guess this is what you could try. I didn't try it, and I'm not going to try it. But, yeah. So, that's all. I just want to go over this, talk about what I did, like I always try to usually do when I get a max crate. And, yeah, that's all I got. So, thanks for checking this out, and until next time, I said see ya.